Dance Moms is continuing to be the drama-filled series it always was, and I see why certain former cast members didn't want to revisit this time in their life, but with the reunion being announced, there's a lot of shade being thrown around at those who chose not to attend, and it's been a huge conversation online for those who have paid close attention to the moms and girls over the years. Back in November, there was a lot of buzz surrounding the Dance Moms girls as they had all gotten together to film a reunion of the show. JoJo, Chloe, Brooke, Paige, Kendall, and Kalani filmed with their moms for this Lifetime reunion special. Chloe's mom couldn't make it, but it was noted that she did want to be there, which seemed to be some sort of shade from Kalani's mom towards the others who were invited to the taping but just didn't want to go. Kendall's mom Jill was on live while they were on set filming this reunion, and it seemed Kalani's mom was next to her, making this comment just to let everybody know that Chloe's mom did want to be there, and it did feel like shade towards those who just didn't want to go and probably could have.
Oh my god. No, Christy's not here because...
But wanted to be here, but wanted to.
Yeah. Christy, of course, Chloe's here. Christy couldn't be here because she was filming or recording something that she'd been working on for a long, long time. So I know she wanted to be here. Oh, thanks. Amazing fit. Melissa decided not to come. She was invited. And of course, Maddie and Mackenzie were invited. Nia and Holly were invited. And we are the ones who showed up.
And there was plenty of shade that's been going around, starting from when they sat down to film this to the announcement of its air date, which is May 1st. It seems like some people are really salty over the fact that Maddie, Kenzie, and Nia chose to sit out from this reunion and seem to think it's disrespectful in some way to not come back to talk about what made them famous, which a lot of people have had problems with because Dance Moms is such a controversial show. As people know, the girls went through a lot during the filming of it, and they've spoken out over the years talking about how traumatizing the show was for them at times, and to make someone relive something that was traumatic for them isn't right, especially when it does seem like each girl from the show is super aware of where they came from. They seem grateful for their careers. Just because someone doesn't want to show up to a reunion of a show that didn't treat them with respect doesn't mean that they are totally disregarding their beginnings. But in this newly released trailer of the reunion, it seems JoJo was calling out the girls who didn't come, and in return, people have had quite the reaction towards JoJo.
Them not being here is kind of like, let me erase my past, pretend it never happened, shove it down the drain, when it's like, that's why you are who you are.
Maddie, Kenzie, and Nia are still close with the original Dance Mom girls and don't seem to be forgetting where they came from. Prior to the filming of the reunion, the original girls had a reunion of their own off camera where they hung out and celebrated Paige's birthday. They clearly all still have so much love for each other and have expressed that, but it seems that those who joined the cast later on are the ones who have loud opinions. It's been said that Nia is in school and that she had conflicts with scheduling, but as for Maddie and Kenzie, they did just not want to revisit the past. Kenzie talked about their decision on live as well around the time filming was happening.
Why were we not at the reunion? It had nothing to do with the girls or anything. We just didn't really want to go back in time, you know what I'm saying, to that era of, yeah, I don't know. I think a lot of people were like speculating that we like weren't there for like this reason or this reason, but we just like didn't, so we didn't want to go back in time, if that makes any sense. I just don't see a reason. But like, yeah, I don't know.
Their mom, Melissa, also talked about their decision to not want to be part of the reunion, fully supporting their decision.
You guys doing the reunion show, it won't be the same without Maddie, Kenzie, and Nia. Well, the girls decided they just didn't want to do it. You know, that's it. I mean, I'm not really going to say much about it. That's all. They just didn't want to do it. The day before the reunion, Maddie had a little party for Paige. Actually, Nia coordinated it. She was so sweet because we were at Disney the day before. And all the girls came for Paige's birthday at Maddie's house. So, you know, they just didn't want to come. It's their right, and I don't do drama, so that's all.
But as we've seen from JoJo's comments in the trailer, not everyone supported their decision. It was also said that Kendall had liked this comment on Instagram about Maddie not going, and the comment read, "Meanwhile, Maddie thinks too good for this now." And Kalani's mom had choice words for those who didn't show up. In the caption of her Instagram post promoting the reunion, she said, "Here we go again, all grown up. Coming for you all May 1st. P.S. The people who wanted to be here showed up. The people who give credit to why anyone even knows your name are here. So don't effing ask, where is so-and-so? Why isn't so-and-so here? Go flutter their pages with that question, not mine. We all had a decision to make and we all made them individually. Thanks. Now enjoy the craziness coming back." Shortly after the filming of the reunion, Kalani had gone live where she talked about those who didn't show, and it sounded like the reason she felt it was important to have gone was because the show gave them all careers and it was a way to be thankful for where it got them.
The ones that did show up was really awesome. We had a great time. I know that it's like hard for us to talk about the things that we went through, but I think it made us, first of all, so much closer and just helped us get a lot of closure on the show and closure on everything that happened. Also for me, like, I know that the show gave me everything that I have today. So I think a lot of us just kind of felt that it was a way to, like, thank everybody, you know? To thank everybody that made us who we are. You know what I'm saying? Like, I wouldn't be anything without the show. So I knew that I wanted to go more or less just pay my respects to everything that it was.
So truly, this whole idea, if you did not go to the filming, you were ungrateful for the show, ungrateful for your career, ungrateful for where the show led you. That's pretty much the assumption that is being made, but a lot of people are finding that ridiculous, especially because the original girls did not even know what they were signing up for at first. The original concept of the show was way different than what it ended up being and was much more dramatic than intended, and the girls have opened up about what filming was like, and as these little girls to be screamed at, body shamed, overworked, and then see your mom screaming at each other, not knowing if it's fake. Seeing Abby go from someone who was a kind dance teacher who they loved to someone who was very mean for the show, and then it ended up being her permanent personality. I mean, that's a lot, but they didn't know that that was going to happen or be their experience. The girls who joined even later, like JoJo and Kalani, they knew what Dance Moms was gonna be. They had seen it, it had been on the air, they knew that, you know, girls were kind of getting big on it. Not that they were gonna have these massive careers, but they knew how Abby was, they knew how the show was being edited, it was dramatic, it was drama, and it's just kind of crazy to me that they would put down or sort of be disrespectful to the decisions of the original girls who didn't want to go to the reunion when their thing seems to all be about respect, right? JoJo, Kalani's mom, they're talking about, well, if you were grateful and respectful for your upbringing, then, you know, you would have gone to the reunion. But also at the same time, if you guys were grateful for the original girls who made the show what it was, you probably wouldn't be talking smack about them, you know? Like, it's all just very messed up in my opinion. And I really don't blame them for not wanting to go because this reunion was something that the original producers were putting on. And with the way that they had opened up about how the producers were, how they treated them, and the storylines that they would drum up, and them not loving it, why would they want to go back to seeing these producers once again and do a Dance Moms reunion? Because when Kalani was on live, she had talked about the fact that it was their producers from the original show that had reached out to wanting to do this reunion.
Abby was definitely not at the reunion. We're not even supposed to talk about who was at the reunion and who wasn't, but I actually don't think Brynn was invited. It's not something that the cast can say. We don't know. I really don't know much, but I don't think she was invited because that was just our producers invited us, right? So they invited who was there, and I wanted to do it, obviously, just to get some closure. Vivi would have been dope to have on.
I've seen some other people online defend the girls who didn't show against the comments JoJo has made and other comments.
If the 6 OG girls weren't on the show, making it what it is, making the dances, being part of the show, there wouldn't have been a show for Kalani and JoJo and even Kendall to join. Yes, they can give Abby credit for their career, But JoJo needs to put some respect on the OG's names and stop hating on them any chance she gets, because literally she wouldn't be where she is today without them creating the show that she walked onto.
Now this might be hard for JoJo Siwa to hear, but Maddie, Mackenzie, and Nia do not owe you a reunion. Them not attending a reunion hosted by Lifetime doesn't mean that they're ungrateful or trying to hide their past. For one, Nia was in like finals week or something. Like, she was busy with school. God forbid Maddie and Mackenzie want to be known on their own merits. I think we can all agree that we will forever associate Dance Moms with Maddie and Mackenzie, and that's not like a bad thing. But them wanting to expand and Maddie wanting to be known as like a dancer and actor first, and Kenzie as a musician first, rather than the sisters from Dance Moms, I don't blame them. And I don't know them personally. Like, imagine saying that and you're their friend.
Now we can probably see why JoJo was not at the original girl reunion with Maddie, Nia, and Kenzie prior to the one that they actually filmed, because if she was just going to be bitter about them not wanting to go and express that while filming, I see why she maybe wasn't there. Who knows, maybe they invited her and she just couldn't come. But even so, like, if she's supposedly friends with them and then she's like talking bad about them on camera, it's just, yikes. But the whole thing is just so crazy to see go down, like truly just insane, all this drama all these years later. But I want to know what you guys think about what's been said about Maddie, Kenzie, and Nia not going to the reunion, JoJo getting called out for her comments. Let me know all your thoughts. I love you guys so much, and I will talk to you in the next video. Bye, guys.